In the town of Wardenclyffe, secondary school senior Sarah Quinn, Madison Eisman, is attempting to compose a paper to ship off Columbia College so she can get in. Her beau Tyler Mitchell, Bryce Cass, slips in through her window to hang out, yet they are heard by Sarah's mom Kathy, Wendy McClendon Group, and siblings Sonny, Jeremy Beam Taylor, and Kathy makes Tyler return home. The following day, Sonny's dearest companion Sam Carter, Khalil Harris, is dropped off to remain for the end of the week. Kathy stops at a store while heading to taking the children to school, and she gives off an impression of being having an association with the senior supervisors Walter, Chris Parnell. At school, Sam sets up flyers for his and Sonny's informal business of getting others garbage. They are singled out by menace Tommy Madigan, Peyton Witch, and his two Goonie companions. At the point when Sam stands up for himself and Sonny, Tommy takes steps to torture them. Kathy orders Sarah to take care of the young men since she is burning the midnight oil, however Sarah intends to leave the young men to go out with Tyler. Simultaneously, Sam gets a call from somebody requesting to get some stuff from a house. He and Sonny go to the house, which looks old and deserted. The young men get a lot of irregular garbage until Sonny finds a stuffed feline and pries it off the chimney, which opens a mysterious compartment containing a chest. Inside is a locked book. The young men open it, and when they turn their backs, they don't see that Slappy the faker, Mick Wingert, has showed up. Sonny finds a note in his shirt pocket, and he peruses the chant that rejuvenates Slappy. As the young men take off from the house, Tommy and his companions track down them and attempt to pester them. Sam will not surrender his stuff, so Tommy swipes Slappy from their hands. The fake purposes his powers to over and over pull down Tommy's jeans. The young men move their stuff and ride away on their bicycles before the domineering jerks seek after them. Slappy makes a hose emerge and clothesline the domineering jerks. Soon thereafter, Sonny is working on a show on Nikola Tesla for his science class, which he works on utilizing Slappy in different dolls. Slappy then addresses Sonny, who gradually understands the sham is alive. Sonny shows Sam, and Slappy exhibits his powers on Sonny's toys to demonstrate the way that he can rejuvenate things, however he believes them should stay quiet about it for the present. Sarah goes to meet Tyler at the show that he welcomed her to, just to see him kissing another young lady. She returns home bombshell and gripes to Sonny about it, which Slappy hears. At school, Slappy slips into Sarah's knapsack, so she stuffs him in the storage. He hears as Tyler converses with Sarah, and she is as yet distraught at him. Slappy finds Tyler in the rec center as he is setting up improvements, and Slappy panics Tyler by causing the stepping stool he is remaining on to implode, harming the kid. He is wheeled into an emergency vehicle going on and on over about Slappy, which Sarah catches wind of. In the meantime, in Sonny's group, he presents his Tesla Pinnacle task to a dazzled class, until it runs wild and shoots electric bolts that disaster area the science lab. Sarah defies Sonny about Slappy, and he confesses to her that the sham is alive. They return home to find Kathy playing with Slappy. At the point when she leaves the room, Slappy addresses the children, which monstrosities Sarah out. Sonny peruses the chant again to make Slappy lifeless once more, yet it doesn't work. The three attempt to talk in confidential in Sarah's room, yet Slappy shows up there also. Sarah snatches an aluminum bat and takes Slappy out. They put him in a bag and drive to a close-by lake to dump him there, however he returns on the windshield as Sarah drives them home. She accelerates and raises a ruckus around town hard to mislead Slappy, however Sonny fears they have quite recently compounded the situation. The children return home to find out about the occasions of the principal film in Madison, DE where animals from the books of R.L. Stine, Jack Dark, threaten the town, including Slappy. They attempt to reach out to Stine however see as an alternate number and leave a message, which Stine hears on his machine. Realizing something awful will occur, he advances to Wardenclyffe. They then figure they need to get the book back, however Tommy took it, so they need to get it from him. Slappy strolls into town and goes to Walter's store where he tracks down a lot of Halloween improvements, including the abominable snowman and werewolf of Fever Bog. Utilizing his powers and the chant, Slappy rejuvenates the most frightening beautifications and tosses a cover onto Walter to transform him into a tremendous colleague. The animals head off into town to unleash ruin. The children find Tommy and his mates TPNG somebody's home when they go to ask him for the book. He will not give it back until Sarah powerfully requests that he offer back the book. Prior to whatever else occurs, 3 witches dip down and bring the harassers out of sight. The children then go to Tommy's home while his grandmother is snoozing to attempt to track down the book. Sarah stays outside to keep watch while the young men sneak inside. As this occurs, Slappy and Walter come to the real Tesla Pinnacle around so Slappy can get it running once more and quicken every single Halloween improvement around. Sunny tracks down the book, yet he and Sam are gone after by sticky bears that develop huge and attempt to retain the young men. Sunny opens the book, which sucks the sticky bears inside. Understanding the book's power, the children head out into the night to stop different monsters. Sarah takes a gander at the book and sees that it is incomplete, yet it closes on Slappy needing a family, explicitly a mother. They rush home after Sunny lets Sarah know that Kathy called and she is returning to keep an eye on them. Close to their home, the children find other townsfolk being threatened by the beasts. Kathy has been hung by a cobweb from a monster insect made of inflatables. Sarah opens the book to pull a greater amount of the beasts inside, however a phantom flies by and removes the book from her, and the insect removes Kathy too. The beasts begin to surround the children until they get maneuvered into the home of their vacation-fixated neighbor Mr. Chu, Ken Jeong. He gets invigorated when the children let him know that the beasts are from Goosebumps stories, yet they clarify how pressing it is that they get the book. Mr. Chu assists the children with slipping away by dressing them up to seem to be beasts. Stein shows up in the area in the tumult and perceives this from his absolute first book, Tormented Halloween. He likewise sees a natural red inflatable drifting over a sewer and boasts that he concocted that first. The children come to the Tesla Pinnacle to find that Slappy has transformed Kathy into a sham. Sarah pursues Slappy to get the book from him while the young men fight off the beasts that are surrounding the pinnacle. Sarah arrives at the top and battles Slappy, who loses the book in the battle. Sarah attempts to deal with Slappy to turn her mother back to typical, assuming he needs the book back. Slappy concurs, and Sarah throws him the book, just it's a duplicate of Frankenstein that she took from Mr. Chu's place. She kicks Slappy into the electrical loops, which dispatches him up high. She opens the book and sucks every one of the beasts all over town inside the book, and Kathy and Walter turn around to ordinary, yet they have no memory of their changes. Stein shows up similarly as the gathering is leaving the structure, and he sees that the children fixed the actual issue, yet they give him back Tormented Halloween. Before he returns home, Sarah asks Stein for tips on being a superior essayist, and he offers her some supportive guidance. Tommy likewise tumbles from the sky and thinks he just had an insane dream, however he embraces Sunny and is glad to see him. Some time later, Sarah completes her exposition and submits it. Afterward, she receives an email from Columbia expressing that she has gotten in. Back in Stein's home, he puts Tormented Halloween away alongside his different compositions. That is when Slappy shows up behind him, not having been sucked into the book. He uncovers that he composed his very own book, with Stein as the primary person. Slappy opens the book and pulls Stein inside as the fake snickers derangedly. This movie is called Goosebump. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get a notification when we upload.